Remove the wheel, use a 19mm socket. Take all the lug nuts off. And take the wheel down. Take these two brake caliper bolts off, use a 10mm socket or a 10mm wrench. And take those out. You can take a screwdriver and just compress the caliper slightly. And slide this back. You might have to push down on this and slide it up. You can take a brake caliper hanger and just slide it through there and then attach it to the coil spring. Now you can take this rotor off. If it doesn't come off that easy, you can take a hammer and just tap in these locations. Be careful of the studs. And also make sure your parking brake is not still engaged. And slide it off. And just take a wire brush. You want to clean up the hub surface. This one's not too bad, but right in this area and right here, if you have any rust, there's a little bit of rust right here. Just clean any of that up. There's caliper slide brackets on this bracket right here. So just take a screwdriver, take those off. And take a wire brush and clean up any of this rust. Now take some brake caliper lubricant and lubricate that. Do the same on the top. Put the caliper slide clips on, lock them down. And one more thin coat of grease. Take the rotor, install it backwards first. Take some brake parts cleaner. Just clean the back side of the rotor. And flip the rotor around. Slide it in position. You may have to make an adjustment for the parking brake shoes. The adjuster's down below. You can use a screwdriver to tighten it up or to loosen it up. You don't want it too tight so that the rotor doesn't go on, but you don't want it too loose, somewhere in the middle. And spray this down with brake parts cleaner and wipe it down with a rag. On the brake caliper, you can take these pins out, clean this up, use some brake parts cleaner, wipe it down, take some grease, grease it up. If it was extremely dirty or extremely rusty, you're going to want to clean out the bore and slide it back in position. That's good, make sure it seals, and do the same with the other one. Now we can grab the caliper, take the hanger off, remove this outer pad first. You can use a screwdriver, get in here, just pry it out. Slide that one off, then grab the other one, slide it out. Now take a caliper compressing tool and slide it in position and compress the caliper slowly. You're pushing the piston back into the caliper. That's going to push brake fluid through the hoses, back up into the master cylinder. Nice and slow. And take it out. First goes this brake pad. And slide it into the piston. And slide the outside one in. And lock it in place. Looks good. And slide it over the rotor. First, you need the bottom part of the pads to line up. And make sure the caliper pins are pulled out a little bit. And it looks good. Take the caliper bolts, get those started. And tighten these bolts to 24 foot-pounds. Reinstall the wheel. And put the lug nuts on. Now I'm going to torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds in a star pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. And I'm just going to go around again, double check. And pump the brake pedal up. There's going to be an air gap between the brake caliper piston and the brake pads. And that's good. Then check your brake fluid level and adjust accordingly.